Okay, so we've got things loaded up. Put the 14 health on. Our 2 infamy counters, our health here. And we flipped this already. And so it's worth keeping Master of the Mystic Arts, Power in All of Us. I think we just get rid of Lockjaw and Target Acquired. Cosmo is like most awesome. Master of Mystic Arts, also awesome. Spider-Man, if somehow in all of this it can get afforded, also awesome. So draw 2, turn 1. Let's see what's in this deck. Shuffle it first. Vapors. Okay, so the very first thing I'm going to do is use Doctor Strange's power to cycle Vapors. Now we're talking. So, I mean, what I'd like to do is flip Goblin while I'm an alter ego. So I have 2 ways I could do this. I could either bring out Spider-Man, or I could bring out Cosmo and Ironheart. And I think I'd probably go with the latter. So Ironheart, 2, Power in All of Us, and we get a card. Then Cosmo. Probably should have held back with the Doctor Strange power, so I could have used Cosmo to cycle that. Oh well. So Cosmo I gotta pay for still. So it looks like I'm not getting Spider-Man out this turn. I'm not gonna do Astral Projection either. Oh, and this starts with 2. So I'm gonna go after the. I'm gonna do a damage here, and I'm gonna do on the encounter deck. So let's shuffle that up, and we'll grab an encounter card. I'm gonna say a Treachery, and it is a triple star side scheme. So that goes down by 1. It actually takes as consequential, and then Ironheart flips Goblin, and Doctor Strange flips, and then uses these 2 abilities to draw 3 cards. Right, so, sorry, I'm using Master of the Mystic Arts to pay printed cost, which is 0 to activate it without actually moving it. 3. And then I'm going to get another 3 because I'm actually going to activate it. Okay, so I can actually get Wong. I'm going to flip that. So I'm definitely going to want to have that for next turn. So what are my options with what I have left here? I have 6 cards. Might be nice to... Don't need to worry about thwarting too much because State of Madness is at 2. So Wong is going to be more valuable than the Magic Blast. right? Um, she can block this turn, and then I can stun the next turn. So I guess I want Wong and Endurance. Right, so 1, 2, 3 more health for Endurance, and we got Wong. And Wong will attack for 2. I guess also remember I have Lockjaw in the discard. Okay, and that was my first turn. Alright, so we get a Nick Fury next turn. But I'm going to have to choose one of the Cloak or Sorcerer Supreme, which of course is going to be the Cloak. Well, it's likely going to be the Cloak. So turn 1 for Goblin. Gets a threat on the scheme. Goes to attack, and I will block with Ironheart. And it is a +2, so Ironheart is discarded. And we get our encounter card. With 4 health. Okay. Turn 2. So Lockjaw is in my discard pile. Kind of want to get this threat down a little bit, but I don't have to worry too much about flipping because he's got 2 counters, right? What I'm worried about is the flipping and the advancing in the same turn. But I'm going to stun him, so that won't matter anyway. Okay, so that's those 2 things won't happen. So I might be able to wait for a resource card that really does that. Let's just, okay. So if I bring out Nick Fury, that leaves me with 1 card. I get 3 cards. If I want to play the Cloak, I only have 1 card and can't actually do the bands this turn. Unless I draw into a resource. Which, I mean, I guess that's a pretty decent chance, because, like, what have we seen so far? We've seen only 1 power in all of us. It's actually a pretty good chance. Okay, so I think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then draw 3. There we go. So we draw into Cloak. We tap and play the bands, which includes a stun. We're going to want to get the top next turn when we actually have some resources to pay. So we're not going to want to cycle that. Okay, so we might actually not use Cosmo this turn. And we don't want to flip him while he's got tough. So, oops, quick family interruption. But anyway, so 2 damage from Fury, 2 damage from Wong. I'm going to thwart. Then we'll get our toughness next turn. And that is it. Hand size is still 5. Villain turn 2. So, Goblin is stunned, so does not attack. And counter card is Set Scheme. Alright. Hero phase 3. Oh, sorry, Nick Fury's gone. This is a hand. Okay, so we have Lockjaw in the discard. Remember that. I'm going to want to get rid of this. So I'm going to Spiritual Meditation for 2. And so I use all that to get. So this is going to go to Lockjaw. Probably. This is going to go. Right, so which one of these is left? I've forgotten. Right, it's the Confuse one. So what does that cost? 1? So I'm going to save 2 of these for that. So that leaves me with an assess the situation, I guess. Okay, well, anyway, we'll get rid of one of these. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, so we'll use Strange and that as my card to give 3 characters tough. Which means now we can flip him. But it probably won't happen this turn. Because of my very wacky draw. And then we have this one. Now, I guess the question is, do I want to even... Is this what I want to do? So it's going to confuse the villain, which means I'll probably flip. Oh, right. Never mind. Yeah, I'll flip because that'll just prevent taking a thing off there. Or I can go digging for something more impactful. Right, I could get back to rings, or I could draw some cards. That might actually be better. So... What does that look like? Cosmo just does a ping damage? Well, that's what I want to use Lockjaw to do. Really depends what comes out here. Oh, I guess I just use Wong first, that's what. Okay. So I discard this, bring all these back. shuffle them up. And don't need that. All right, let's go get Lockjaw. Okay, and then with Lockjaw, I'm going to thwart that away. And then I'm going to use Cosmo to take that down by 1. I'm going to name an event. And there we go. So we got bands. And we're going to stun an advanced Green Goblin. Defeat villain. Flip him, and when he comes into play, he does 4 indirect damage to each player. I can choose to take that, and then it all bounces off the tuff. And the bands have been used, and alright, well, who knows, we may use that. That is turn 3. So villain, turn 3, no activation because he's stunned. And he gets, oops, is that supposed to move? I don't know. Gets his encounter card, and this guy's annoying. So choose to either give the villain 1 face down boost card or 2 infamy counters. So I'll take the face down boost card, which I just put here to remember that that's what it is. And it is Doc Strange's turn 4, and oops, I forgot to give Lockjaw his damage. Alright, so what do we got going on? Okay, so State of Madness is at 2 still, so no huge worry about flipping out of my control. I may confuse him. Probably not, though. Probably dig for the card draw, and we have this. And then try to cycle back quickly to bands again. Okay, and we're going to deck out this turn. So we're going to want to deal with this hired gun. It'd be nice to get another ally. Right, Cosmo and Lockjaw can team up and take that guy out. So Cosmo is going to name an event, do a damage, and with that, okay, we got our wins. We're going to ditch that and pay a card to get 1, 2, 3. None of these are going to be useful at this point in the game. Now we're actually going to use the wins. Three. Get an encounter card for decking over here. I will spiritual meditation. I think I really want an ally here. Oh, sorry, what's my last thing here? Okay, Wong will cycle that. Come on. Shuffle it and bands. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's spiritual meditation and we'll ditch a Quinn carrier. So I would love to bring in Spidey here. Well, spiritual meditation again. And get rid of the helicarrier. All right. So Lockjaw is going to deal with the hired gun, and he's gone. I did not manage to get something that's going to let me use the bands. So what do we have here? We have 9 cards in hand. One's a double resource, so we have 10. And I can use my bands, actually. I just somehow missed that. So I have 10. The bands is going to be 2. So that's 8. Then I could do Spider-Man and Magic Blast, which would be 16. And I have those guys with tough that can do stuff if needed. I think that's the best thing to do. I don't think trying to cycle through Nick Fury is the one to do. So let's start with Magic Blast just so we know what the outcome on this is. Right, so 1, 2, 3. And oh, wrong card to draw a deck from. Okay, so this is drawing my card for my Magic Blast here. Now we got another Magic Blast. That one is deal 2 damage to the enemy. Okay, so does that mean I actually want to finish it off this turn? Or am I just going to use Spidey to clear the threat? I don't want to leave 2 threat up. So what else can I do? I can use Fury instead. See what else comes up. So Fury is going to leave me with 4 cards. 2 are going to go to Crimson Bands. Okay, right. So if I play Spidey, there's no way for me to win this turn with a clean board, right? It's because it's going to tap Doctor Strange. Yes. So I think we just do Nick Fury and see what happens. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And we get 1, 2, 3 cards. We can guarantee our damage for next turn. Do something else fun instead. So clean up the threat. Yeah, I guess we just can make sure that there's no way out next turn. Sure, let's do that. So we'll use Master of the Mystic Arts and then bands. Well, actually, I guess if we did it that way, he would do the 2 damage. There'd still be 2 threat. I'm going to use him. And then this is going to be 7. Probably missed something here. But it's what I did. Alright, that was turn 4. So villain, turn 4. He's stunned, so no activation. He's got 2 boost cards this turn. Ugh, I'm on my trackpad instead of my mouse, and I keep on dragging cards around. Anyway, guard 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess I'm gonna take the physical toll because I can just finish everything up with what I have on the board. So I'm not playing the event. That's it, right? If I use it as my special thing. So anyway, okay. So I'm just gonna take my physical toll. And turn 5. Nick Fury goes to the discard. Ironheart comes out for Power in All of Us and gives me a card. I'm going to tap Strange to use the bands, which do not conflict with the obligation to get rid of this jerk for 2. Untap. Cosmo will do 1 thwart and name an event. And get that last thread off the scheme. And then Doctor Strange will use this card that I never, ever use. Oh no, it's an upgrade. I can use it. Okay. Doesn't conflict with that. Now I have 2 attack, and I will attack. And that is turn 5 with 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 health.